Hi everybody, it's Sunday, December 7th, 2008. Thanks for stopping by. I've noticed over the past year that I've been talking about Israel and debating the Israel-Palestine conflict with people, that the debate has sort of changed and evolved over the months. It seems like at first it was complete denial of what I would say. I did a lot of research on this issue, read some books, watched a lot of lectures, and read a lot of articles. And people would just say, "Oh, you're just totally wrong. None of this stuff ever happened." But it seems like as time goes on, there's more recognition of the truth. But there's also a lot of excuses. It went from denial to excuses, and the latest excuse, I think, which is becoming more prevalent, is the idea that even though lots of Palestinians were thrown out of their homes, even more Jewish people were thrown out of their homes in Arab countries, which, of course, there's very little evidence to back this up. There is evidence, of course, that Zionist terror groups actually did false flag operations in some of these Arab countries. They blew up mosques, or they attacked mosques. They blew up coffee shops and places like that in order to frighten the Jewish populace and cause them to flee to Israel. And to a larger extent, they simply offered these Mizrahim, or Arabic Jews, a better life in Israel if they would immigrate. And it seems that most of the people who came to Israel did it willingly because they thought they would have better opportunities. But this is one of the excuses that people use. It seems to me there are a few people out there who defend Israel who do not have racist motives, but I would say the vast majority of the people that I talk to who defend Israel have a deep-seated fear and hatred of Islam and Muslims and Arabs. And some of them will tell you, well, I don't hate Muslims, I just hate Islam. So as long as they will convert from Islam to whatever my religion is, I'm fine with them, right? And all the rest have to die. So that's pretty tolerant, I think. Forced conversion or death. But it seems to be a common thread. If I could pick out one characteristic of the supporters of Israel that seems most prevalent, it is racism. And although not all of them are like that, but and then another characteristic would be that they simply don't know the history. They subscribe to this patriotic national myth, and that's all they want to understand or believe in. If you tell them it doesn't make sense, they don't like that very much. But to be fair, it took me a long time to get over the national myth of America too, so I guess I understand that. And also, to be fair, I talk to a lot of people who are racist against Jews who oppose Israel. Although I don't think that most of them are. There are some people out there who they oppose Israel, and they become very racist about it, and it kind of discredits their opinion. It kind of discredits their worldview because it's not reasonable. It's not reasonable to hate people because of the way they're born. It's reasonable to hate a political entity because of its actions. It's not reasonable to hate a race of people because they exist. So, if you do that, you're kind of just discrediting yourself. You're not really doing anything useful. So, anyway, it seems to me like this whole issue is an issue of race and racism and privilege and securing and continuing privilege at the expense of other people's human rights. And the point we have to make, and we have to continue to make, is that no matter what, you can't deny the human rights of Palestinians even more than any more than you can deny the human rights of Jews. And I think Edward Said said it very well when he said, there is no abuse that is not being inflicted upon the Palestinian people short of genocide. So, if you want to say that genocide is worse, that's okay. I can accept that. But, everything short of genocide is being inflicted upon the Palestinian people, and there's no excuse or defense for it. It doesn't matter what certain people do or, how bad some people might be. Because, back in the 60s, when the Civil Rights Movement was going on, people said, well, African Americans deserve equal rights. And other people said, well, look at them. They're savages. They're always committing crimes. They don't deserve human rights because they'll destroy everything. And now, you would not say that unless you're some kind of loon. I mean, there are still people who say that, but that is not a acceptable mainstream argument to make. Most people know better than to make that argument. And there will come a day when people will know better than to counter the argument that Palestinians deserve human rights with terrorism. I mean, that is shockingly scandalous. Terrorism is a different subject than human rights. Give them their human rights. Deal with terrorism. It's two different things, okay? If somebody commits a crime, punish them. If someone doesn't commit a crime, if someone is just guilty of being born as a Muslim, then you ain't got nothing to say about that person. You better pull back your bulldozer. Don't demolish their home. Don't torture them. Don't shoot them in the head. Don't assassinate them because you suspect them of some crime. Don't steal their land. That's it. That is what you have to do. So, one more thing before I go. It seems that Barack Obama has put up a website called www.change.org. And he's looking for suggestions for changes from people. And I went on there and put some suggestions and voted for some things. And it was very surprising to me how, when I was on that site, I thought I was listening to Ron Paul. Because all of Ron Paul's ideas, except maybe abolishing the Federal Reserve, I didn't see that yet, but I haven't looked in that section. But the basic thrust of what Ron Paul is talking about is on that website in spades. It's all over the place. There's tons of comments about, restoring the Constitution, restoring our civil rights, prosecuting Bush, and supporting the Palestinian cause. Ending support for Israel. It's all over the place. I mean, people have come out in droves on that website, at least, against Israel and what they're doing to the Palestinians. Not against Israel's existence. I think there was a lot of qualification there from a lot of people where they said, we don't hate Israel, we don't want to destroy Israel, but we do not want to support Israel violating the human rights of any human being, no matter what they might believe, no matter what ethnicity they are, no matter what people might have done in the past or what kind of crimes might be going on. You cannot support what they're doing. And I think it's a very good sign that people are doing these things, are making these statements. I don't know if Obama's really going to listen to what people say on the site, but he said that he will. So hopefully, it could be that he actually does intend on listening to people, and if he does, there's going to be a big change coming and a lot more positive development in the world because people know what's wrong. Thanks for watching.